Good morning. It's E from MarketWizards.com, and I'm going to be sharing a lesson today for anyone who is interested to learn a little bit more about the techniques I use for the opening range breakout, what I call ORBO. It's labeled many different names by different people, but that's what I call it. And let's take a quick peek at a few things. Happy holidays, first of all, to all of you. On the left side of the panel, I've got uh, our system pivots located. And this is my Bible. I work off of this for a ladder, and I'm always tuning in to the different levels where they may be support, and then the next level, and the next, and the next, and each subsequent level. And I'm always aware of this throughout the day. So typically on a day like Friday, I was looking for this to be achieved by the end of the day. It was. I was looking for this to be our middle pivot at 55, just below 875. And this is our major pivot. So above it, heading here, and below it, heading backwards to this 55. 36 and the 16 area, which we can see held on the prior day. And this was the impetus to push us up and try to close positive on the week. So let's take a quick peek over here. This is Pax's work, and I recommend you get it. If you don't, you're silly. It's a free application he's provided, and his basics do not include the lines that I have here for averages, but it's very worthwhile. And then you can add your own mix to it, including a VWAP. So currently, this is set at a 3 minute, and according to Pax's rules, once you break one side, this is going upside. This is your first 30 seconds, right, from here to here. And then above that, it's clear sailing until we get back underneath this and take out the low of that first 30-second bar. I'm going to remove this Bible now since you've seen that. And I use what I call the 30, 3, and 12 method. So this represents your first 3 minute thrust in either direction. And that line I take right from here and I put it over here, and that is your first 3 minutes. So that's my angel or demon. And as we can see, it's positive, so it's an angel. And then above that is a breakout. And until the low of the angel is busted, it's a positive move. I also want to track the 12 minutes. And this is the 12-minute range that I've got here. And I plot that line over here manually. I just take the number, throw a line on my chart, and I've got that for the rest of the day. I also manually put my half gap zone. So I want to know where that is because theoretically 82% of the time was a figure that once was presented by Carter and Centers, that 82% of the time will fill the half gap. So I want to know where that is too, because that's an important area. So taking all of this together, then I can manipulate this chart with whatever time frame I want. And typically, I will start with a 30-second view as well, because that's what the model says. So I'm looking at the 30-second view on this chart as well. I know where my key lines are based on that. I'm looking at my support lines. And once I get above the green line and the red line, I know we're off to the races till we beat the blue line. That blue line is very important to me. That's my slope line. And as we can see with this model, Pax takes his model and he's got his 30-point zones and 15-point zones, and that will repeat throughout. On this system over here, what I am doing is saying, where possibly could we go today if we take these ranges and start to duplicate those? And as you can see with the 3 minute, Well, we hit this exactly at the end of the day. So this is a very important look for me to be able to take this range and duplicate it and duplicate it. And obviously I can go up or down with that, which is what my model does using the e-widget. So I'm golden whether it's going up or down. I already know these areas just looking at these charts, and then I put them over here. So my favorite idea is to take these charts and then manipulate this a bit as the day progresses. And I want to see a deeper value too, not just a 3 minute chart. I want to see a 5 or a 10 or even a 15 to see what the OTF traders are looking at. And we can see in this chart, just with one simple click, how the rain line supported us at the open. And at the open, we get this big thrust up and it's off, and it's just like, okay, we're going into the weekend, and you could just feel it that once you get above these lines, we're not coming back other than a small contra. And I love Pax's work. I've got to say he's been very generous in sharing, and so that's how I use his work, and obviously plug in a few ideas of my own to go along with it. And then I can manipulate this chart any way I want, from 30-minute charts to 2 minute charts or whatever. And that's what I usually will do, is scroll to find what I call the chart in play. And I'm always going to look back to a 10 or a 15, because until you beat that blue slope line, you're not going down. And each one of these lines gets their turn to give it a kick. Here's your contra. And then into the close, we go right back up. And this is the afternoon's profit-taking swing from any of the day traders who are long, and also probably some of the weeklies as well. So that's how I use all of this together. I've got other charts that I use that I really love, but I just want to take a minute and share this technique for those few people who do follow me and do try to look at my work and get some ideas for themselves. And the base chart for this obviously is going to be our 3 minute chart per PAX. And we can just see how this thing kicks in. And here's your here's your kick into the lunchtime trade, and then we get the chop and the chop, and then the end of the day. So I like all of these charts together, but this is a beautiful chart that Pax has put together. And happy holidays to all of you. Hope this will help you to understand my work a little bit better and help you to become a better trader. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.